Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is IAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because we're going to talk about depression 2023, and that I believe we're headed towards a depression now more than ever after seeing the last couple days and the insanity of everything that's happened. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Don't forget two things. We have a Patreon channel. If you'd like more access to me, you can sign up below. If you want to join our email list, the link is below as well. Everything that's happening right now points to massive problems in the economy. And with that, you're going to see the Fed, they just raise interest rates half a point. The stock market shoots up, almost 1,000 points, like we're supposed to celebrate that. Why don't they raise it 10% and have the stock market go up 50,000? It's insane. Now, think about this. Ray Dalio, who is arguably one of the best investors that ever lived, has talked about a great bubble that we are living through right now, and that this is the worst time in the economy in decades. And he believes that we're in a bubble in many different industries, stock market, real estate, other things. But he wrote a great article and it ended up on LinkedIn. That's how I got it. And that's below. But he talked about the definition of a bubble, how he's determined what a bubble is, and why the stock market is overvalued and why real estate is overvalued. Now, seriously, I get basically three types of realtors that reach out to me. The ones that tell me, oh, you're spot on. You know exactly what you're talking about. This is insane. You're going to see everything drop like we've never seen it before. Things are overvalued. People are going to lose their homes. And they're real experts that have done this. Then you get the people that don't want to admit that. Dan, I've done this for 21 years. You don't know what you're talking about. If we have a 30% price adjustment, it's going to bring things down to 2019 levels. Yes, in some areas. But let's use Scott Walters, for example. Scott Walters is in Santa Barbara County. 2 years ago, houses on average were $800,000. Now they're $2 million for those houses. You mean to tell me that those are only going to drop 30%? $1.4 million, $1.5 million? It's insanity, guys. They're not going to drop that low. They're going to drop much lower than that. Now, if you live in an area like outside of Sacramento, where another realtor reached out to me, and houses 2 years ago were $200,000, which were high then, and now they're $450,000. Okay, that's crazy, guys. Now, it's all relative, guys. You got people that can go out and pay cash for those houses. You've got people financing, but it's all relative to the area. And and then you get the inexperienced people that, okay, I haven't lived through this, and they're either wishy-washy, where their sales ability is going to get them through it, or it's time to learn. It's time to go through a bubble. I need to go through this. So those are the three types of realtors that I see on my channel. And again, the people that want to push people into houses right now and think that these adjustable mortgages are good are insane. This half-point adjustment and the Fed's admittance that they're going to raise it half a point, half a point, half a point, to where we're going to get to 1.75 and then reevaluate. Okay, I don't believe that. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it in the next rate increase, that's for sure. But the thing that's absolutely insane about this is going to destroy financing for consumers. Consumer debt, consumer credit, auto loans, home loans. And again, it's going to force people into risky adjustable mortgages. Now, there's realtors stomping their feet right now saying they're not risky. They just said they're only going to raise rates, half a point every month. Now, here's the thing to think about, guys. They're gonna ditch $95 billion a month in their bond purchases that they've already purchased. Okay, think about this. There's $9 trillion in bond purchases. Well, if they did this month after month for $85 or $95 billion, okay, it would take almost 8 years to get rid of that. So I don't believe that that's how they're going to do it. I don't believe the thing that they're telling us right now, and you shouldn't either. But again, don't worry, continue to borrow, go buy that house, move on, step up, guys. Okay? It's crazy. Ray Dalio brought up such great points that the problem with, the people leveraging their lives is that they leverage their lives to get in on markets. They leverage their lives for homes. They leverage their lives for stock markets and to buy things that basically they use leverage borrowing to do this, and it's definitely a bubble at this point. So they're not being rational by any way, shape, or form. Okay? Stock market has had its worst start in decades in 2022. There are stocks on the NASDAQ that have gone down 95%. Okay? There are stocks that have gone down 50%. There are stock people I follow, like Jeremy from Financial Education. Brilliant guy. I mean, seriously. He's one of the first TikTokers that I really trusted and really followed. But there's an honest cat right now. Financial Education, check out his channel. But he's talking about right now that his portfolio, everything he's bought this year, everything has gone down in 2022. Well, that's crazy. And these guys still sell stock programs and everything like that. So follow that guy. I've never met the guy, but he's very talented and he is a smart guy. He's made a lot of money in the past and been very successful. But again, having a tough run right now, which a lot of people don't want to admit that they're having a tough run. Now, the real estate market, you really in your heart of hearts think that this is going to continue to shoot up like we've never seen before because there's just no houses yet. Well, let's talk about the shortage of natural resources that we have right now. There's such a shortage of everything from oil to cobalt to lumber to so many other natural resources that are completely affecting the economy. And I just had somebody call me on the way to make this video, and they cannot get regular PVC tubing. They can get the very thin 200 gauge. They can't get the 40 gauge that they need. And again, you're saying, oh, big deal. What's the difference of PVCs? Dan, if you have any pressure in this stuff and it cracks, it's going to destroy everything for even sprinklers. So again, this should be a concern. You're going to see housing tracts not get completed right now. That's going to happen. You're going to see people that are leveraged so much that they're going to take these adjustable loans and they're not going to be able to maintain those payments. Read yesterday's story about the people in Australia. 300,000 people are in the possibility of the potential danger of losing their homes if interest rates go up. Well, guess what? They're going up, guys. They're going to go up like you've never seen them before. So, oh, you're a gloom and doomer. All you do is sell fear. That's what one realtor wrote me too. And again, an idiot, because what part of the country are you in? What part of the economy are you in? Is this guy selling $350,000 houses? Which in some areas that's expensive. In this area, it wouldn't buy a storage unit here. So it's all relative, guys. But what's relative with this and what doesn't make an ounce of sense is that for you to think that it's going to continue to shoot up in 2022 to 2023, you are kidding yourself. This war and the war situation is going to continue, and it's going to destroy natural resources, it's going to destroy food, and it's going to destroy things like gas. And again, I had someone write me who's from the who had an entire career in the oil industry, and explained to me what a scam diesel fuel prices were. And again, I got a real education on this because the cheapest gas fuel to make is diesel fuel. It comes from hard oil, and it's the first thing that comes off of that. And it's half as much as unleaded gas, but they're charging an arm and a leg for it. I found a gas station today that I thought, wow, this is a deal. It's $5.99 a gallon. Look at this. So again, this is criminal, guys, here in California, that they're charging this much for gasoline right now. And you don't think that this affects things? You're kidding yourself. You're absolutely kidding yourself. The commercial real estate mess, the debacle, the foreclosures that are starting to happen, the evictions that are starting to happen, at a record pace around the country are only going to get worse. The foreclosures and the lack of the ability to refinance their houses is only going to escalate to be much worse than it's ever been. That's that simple, guys. It's that simple. And if you think that, oh, we're just going to skate into this, you're kidding yourself. There is a rumor that someone sent me that Bank of America is going to go bust, and that Bank of America is going to be taken over by Wells Fargo. Could you imagine, you poor, poor people that are at Bank of America? I pity you if this happens, because I don't know what's worse, okay? Bank of America is not the best financial institution right now, to say the least, but Wells Fargo is that. It's Wells Fargo, okay? All the stuff that they've been through, the horrific treatment to clients, to their employees, to everything, and they're going to potentially take over Bank of America. This is the end, guys. This is the depression. This is it. So, is it going to happen tomorrow? No. No. You gloom and doomer, it's terrible you talk this way. It's terrible that you get people all worked up like this. You guys, the Fed is full of it, okay? The Fed, it's such a lie. Great. They raised everything half a point, and the world celebrated that. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? Okay? That's the highest interest rate rise since 2000, since the dot-com bubble, guys. Since that dropped, that was the thing that killed the dot-com bubble, was the 50 basis point raise last time. Oh, are you right about that? Let me look it up. No, look at the story below and it'll tell you that. It's the first sentence in the story. Get yourself ready. Get your debts in order. Get your relationships in order. God, get everything in order right now, because you're going to see such a shutdown with everything, with food, supplies, security measures, security supplies, everything, guys. Everything that's going to take to run your life is going to be in short supply. But the biggest problem is going to be these homes that don't get completed. That's what's going to happen next. And you're going to sit there and people are saying, oh, there's going to be 50% houses. It's going to destroy the economy, guys. It's going to absolutely destroy the economy. Contractors that are not getting paid. Financing that's not going to go through. People trying to refinance their house out of sheer desperation. What are you going to do, guys? Not take it seriously? I had a meeting with my accountant today, and strategy, because I asked for, I don't want to wait to the end of the year and do this. When was the last time you talked to your accountant? When was the last time you sat down and said, hey, here's how much money I think I'm going to make this year, and I want to know what we should do? So the thing that I've got going is all this extra shenanigans that you guys don't know about yet, that's going to potentially add to 2022. I'm very lucky about, but it creates different opportunities. And again, what happens if this stuff ends? What happens if it ends for Dan? Well, I'm fine, okay, because of all this stuff. But, and he was like, you got to have some breathing room. You got to be proud of yourself and understand that this is just not going to end. Well, I think that this could end tomorrow, okay? Whether it's YouTube, whether it's anything else I'm working on. Because, guys, again, I run a successful conference company that's not there anymore, guys. There are no conferences. The people that I know that have conferences right now are giving away tickets to people to get the room filled, because they've had a commitment for $40,000 worth of food that they don't want to go to nobody. So they'd rather give out free tickets and have the room semi-full. Now, got a question for you. How would you feel if you spent $2,500 on an event, traveled, maybe even, bought a hotel room, and the guy sitting next to you got his ticket for free? How would that go over with you? Okay? It doesn't go over well when people do this. So, get a game plan right now. Take all of this seriously, because this is going to be bad. And we keep getting warning after warning after warning of all this stuff. We're just a doom and gloom again. You just keep talking about all this stuff that's going to potentially break. And I'm going to do this without walking down the rock face, without killing myself here. But the idea with it, guys, is you have to take this seriously. All these warnings, these people do not have our best interests at heart at all. The rich will continue to be super rich. They're going to make more money than they've ever made in their lives right now. Mark my words. They will scoop up and they will buy office buildings, they will buy houses, they will do different industries to make cash. Pure and simple. The poor will be there. There are stimulus checks being offered in Chicago. Think about this. For the poorest people. $500 a month for a year. Oh, damn, that's great. Isn't that great? We've got, 5,000 of these we can give out. The first day, 100,000 people applied. 100,000 people applied. Okay? It's not the rich people, guys. It's the poor people because there's so many. Now, Chicago has its own problem. It's got security and all that other stuff. Got a couple of great grants that are in the video description below. The eBay grant is back for $10,000. There's a bunch of minority grants that are downstairs in the video description, and also grants for women-owned businesses. Take advantage of these things. If you or you know anybody that's in these industries that could benefit and get yourself $10,000 free dollars, go get the money, because they're giving it out and they're going to give it to somebody. And I've seen this so many times where people go, oh, people don't get those grants, Dan. It's nuts. They're giving that money out. But what's sick is these stimulus checks to sit on your ass and not work, okay? The party is completely over, guys. Done, okay? But there are people that are so broke during this time that they want $500. Look at the seaweed that washes up. Isn't that cool? I'm telling you, you can come here the next day, it'll all be gone. Tide will come in, wash it out, based on how the waves are. Just really cool. So, speaking of taxes, Intuit with their TurboTax, which I have people that write me all the time. TurboTax is great. How did my taxes for my friend? It's not free, guys. Okay? And all these different municipalities and different governmental agencies that sued TurboTax, guys, they just paid a penalty of $141 million for people that, well, why am I paying for this? I thought it was free. Oh, no, you have a deduction. You have this, you have that. I mean, you got to be such a small segment of people that got free tax filing with TurboTax. The rest of them had to pay. Okay? Well, it's not free, like they beat into everybody's head. So Maryland had $40 million of that money was Maryland. I think that they're the one that instigated the litigation on all that stuff. So, isn't this cool? So, isn't that nice? So share your thoughts and all that stuff. Guys, it's all relative and something you need to look at. Take this seriously. All of this seriously, because the problem with it is that when you get contractors and plumbers that can't get tubing and piping, and I had someone write me to tell me, now think about this, they're auto repairmen, we're going to call you when you can get the car here to get in line to get it fixed. We can only handle 20 cars in the shop at a time, but we'll call you to let you know when you can get on the waiting list. That's not getting worked on, guys. That's to get your car towed there if you can't drive it, to have it sit there to wait for them to work on the car in the line of 20 cars. And you can say, well, that's a horrible mechanic, Dan. No. You can't get parts, guys. And this is supposed to be, you're supposed to celebrate this like it's no big deal. So, the Fed raises interest rates. Realtors are out there telling you it's a great time to buy. Interest rates are going to go down. They're going to go down. My favorite realtor that wrote me was saying, listen, Dan, they're going to raise interest rates and then lower them right at the midterm so that everybody's ahead of the game. You really believe that? I think it's over, Johnny. It is absolutely done. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Okay? I think it's done. Let me know what you think. Everything points to a serious problem. Everything. Get your personal finances in order. Get your clients in order, your accounts receivables, everything. Make sure people are paying you. Make sure that vendors that you deal with, I have vendors in my business. You know, oh, listen, we're going to pay you in a couple weeks without you pay you now. You get one time. They get to do that one time, and it's done. Anybody that does that to me, they're finished. They're getting one chance at that, and it's like, we're done doing business together. Oh, really? Just had that hiccup. No. It's the shape of things to come with you guys. If I'm not important, you're not important. Remember that. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I got some more stuff to come for you. Now, the other big lie with the Fed's meeting was this: inflation has peaked. March saw the peak for inflation. Who believes that? If you've been to a grocery store or a gas station or bought anything, just like everybody writes me and says, this is going up, that's going up, everything is going up. So that's not true. Inflation is not peaked. It's going to continue to shoot up, and that was the lie that you were told when they raised everything half a point, because inflation is over with, guys. We don't have to worry about it anymore. That's nuts. Now, the other thing is, once Powell raised interest rates half a point, gold futures shot up. $1.84, nothing too dramatic, but they shot up. But here's the interesting thing about gold right now, is central banks, the first quarter of 2022, bought more gold than they've ever purchased. They purchased 84 tons of gold, where last quarter of last year, 21 tons, okay? So why are they buying so much gold now, guys? Well, I know why they're buying so much gold, because they know it's a hedge against nonsense and shenanigans, okay? So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I'm going to wrap this video up with these last few stories. First thing is, there's a man named David Wright from Sierra Tactical Investment Fund, and he's called the last 3 downturns in the stock market, and he said we're in the bubble of all bubbles. Regardless of what happened today and what you're going to see currently, the stock market is completely overvalued right now, and he says it's ripe for a huge crash. So that being said, next thing is my main man, Elon Musk. He announced that he wants to charge people to tweet. And oh my God, that'd be so fantastic if media companies have to pay for this, where they've just deluged people with tweets. They're gonna have to pay. The common folk may escape having to pay, but I think that they should. They're also gonna have to register with their own name. So you're gonna be able to, when you sue somebody that says something bad about you, it's gonna be backed by somebody's name. It won't be, Bobo69841 lying about you. You're gonna be able to nail these people now. Well, that's terrible, Dan. Well, no. What's terrible is the lack of truth and lack of honesty with all this stuff. California, think about this. The economy here in California, there are only 4 countries around the world that have a larger economy than California. It's one of the world's largest economies. They're going to implement a strategy to have Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies within the government. I'm sure it'll be a mess. I'm sure it won't be handled anytime soon, but they're going to do that. So again, if you don't think that cryptocurrencies are here to stay, you're kidding yourself. I had somebody reach out to me to ask me if we wanted to do NFTs for the channel. I want your input, guys, on what you guys think about the NFTs, if there should be a Dan line of NFTs. So share your thoughts on that. The final thing is Nantucket in Massachusetts. They just voted to have, because everything's gender neutral now, they just voted that if you want to go topless on the beach, you can go topless on the beach, and it's completely legal. So if they change the rules here, I will be the first to report that to you. You can count on that, okay? So you have that to look forward to. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Please understand that tough times are coming. Oh, one last thing, I almost forgot. People on TikTok, the TikTok generation, younger people, are having a real debt problem where they're doing this thing called buy now, pay later. Okay? Well, it's very easy right now to get yourself in debt. People are buying shoes, they're buying larger purchases, buying motorcycles, buying bikes, buying SUVs, buying off-road vehicles, different electric bikes that are $2,500, and doing buy now, pay later. But one thing that happens with life that people don't want to admit is that mistakes happen and trouble gets in the way. Your car can break down. You can have a dental emergency. You could have any other type of thing that could come up to where you can't afford those third and fourth payments on these buy now, pay later programs, and people are completely upside down on those. So again, sign of the times. Everybody's financing things to the hilt and don't have the ability to pay for them now. And again, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. It's that simple. So don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Don't forget, we've got the Patreon channel if you guys want to sign up for that. Onward and upward, guys. Again, I will see you guys very soon. And thank you so much for being here.